Doma Sports Talk, worldwide, with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed. Now we got a little heavyweight news and it's a little fun. Should have had my told you hat on, right? We had one of the heavyweight champions of the past, Hasim Rahman, and he was on the show with your boy Steve Bunce and them and Michael Costello or whatever, little British show. Steve Bunce is the boy over there, you know what I'm saying? So they talking about who is the greatest heavyweight ever, right? And y'all know who I roll with. I got, like I said, I got him 2 out of 3 against anybody throughout history. And all the intangibles are the reasons why. So Hasim Rahman, he seems to have the same opinion I do when he goes with Lennox Lewis, right? Says Lennox Lewis, and he gives his reasons. He says, it's like, man, listen, it's unfair to compare eras and stuff, right? But he just doesn't see who would be able to deal with Lennox. Now, we do know Hasim Rahman and Oliver McCall knocked Lewis down, and basically you can say out because when he got up, they didn't let him continue, especially Oliver McCall. I think he could have, but you get caught. Anyway, Lewis came back to avenge both of those losses, so he beat everybody he ever faced, right? That's first of all. And if you go back and watch who Lennox Lewis is, you see he faced everybody who was somebody. Everybody. There is nobody out there talking about, well, you could have got me. No, they ain't, right? That's first of all. He just said, like back, Ali, for example. He says Ali was, awesome, but he was a little small for George Foreman, even though he beat George Foreman, right? But, think about it. Ali beat 2 out of 3 against George Foreman. So Ali was smart enough to know what to do against that man. And that was awesome. That was what was awesome. But it wasn't like we think Ali was going to, beat him over 12 rounds or 15 at the time. But he did the right thing, got George tired, and handled his business. 2 out of 3, you learn from things like that. I don't know. I would go with George Foreman 2 out of 3 against mostly anybody except Lennox Lewis, to be honest with you. George Foreman's up in my top 3. But he just says, Ali and those guys like, Dempsey and Marciano and, who else you got? Joe Louis, those guys, just like I was telling you in other videos, awesome guys. Probably would win 1 out of 3 against most people because they're going to get you, right? But they're just very small, 6'1", 6 foot, 5'11", those kind of things. You're going to be hard-pressed to beat Lennox Lewis because Lennox Lewis is not big, just big. He's able to move. He's smart. He controls distance. Got a great jab. So my point about Lennox is basically, first of all, ain't nobody beating him 2 out of 3. That's what I just think, just from what I saw and who he fought against. And it's just the thing about it is when you're talking Lennox Lewis, you might be better at something, right? But you ain't going to be much better at something, right? You might be a little bit more technical, but you ain't going to be that much technical because he's technical. Might have a little bit of a better jab. Can't be that much better. If your name ain't Larry Holmes, it probably ain't going to be better. You know what I mean? What else could you be? You're a little bit faster. Ali's a little faster. Jimmy Ellis, a little faster. Stuff like that. A couple of people a little faster. But you ain't going to be much faster because he's not a slow plodding guy. Don't let the last fight against Vitaly Klitschko make you think he's a slow plodder. That's the way he came in there heavy, and that was his last fight, not too motivated. Should have been. Right? We're just talking about that recently. Lennox Lewis is pretty fast, too. He's pretty mobile. You can be a little bit more mobile than him. Like, the only one you think about more mobile would be an Ali. Other than that, this guy's mobile enough to get you. So with all that being said, yes, I agree with your boy Rahman that Lennox Lewis is the greatest heavyweight ever. I got him 2 against 3 against anybody. I know and let's not talk about outside of the ring, right? Because that's when Ali surpasses many, right? I just think, Ali is awesome, fast and all that, but I think Lennox gets him too. Right, and anybody else what he got pretty much, and if anybody else those theoretical battles, he's bigger than most of those guys. And I don't think too many people beat a Vitaly Klitschko not motivated at your last fight in your career and trying to walk a Vitaly Klitschko down. I thought that was impressive. So that Lennox Lewis, you're gonna be hard pressed to find someone who can categorically say, hey, he beat Lennox. Because he probably didn't, if you know him, in this lifetime. And, the new guys, not yet, right? Really. No, not yet. Maybe in a couple of years after they prove some stuff, but you don't push up on this. Lennox Lewis is boxing royalty, even when his Rahman even thinks he's the best of all time, so do I. And I'm glad to hear Lennox Lewis out there right now talking a little bit more because his name should be mentioned. A lot of times, you don't like when other fighters' names are mentioned before him when they talk, oh, the greats, and they get to mentioning, Tyson and, Holyfield. Yeah, well, he beat both of them. They're supposed to be behind him. And definitely don't say Riddick Bowe, right? You know what I mean? In his era. And he fought everybody, the Tommy Morrisons of the world, the Ray Mercers of the world. Oof, you don't want to mess with that. He fought just everybody who thought they was somebody at the time. He fought even a David Tua. Things like that you just forget. Yeah, he fought him too. All of them. So, yeah, Hasim Rahman has a point here. Lennox Lewis definitely is arguably the best ever. The question is he the best? Now, Steve Bunsen and your boy Mike Costello, they have people like that. Of course, Ali, Jack Dempsey, and Joe Louis, and stuff like that. So they got other people, of course, But I just think size matters in that case, and I think they would be hard pressed. That Jack Dempsey, Marciano would be hard pressed to beat a 6'5" Lennox Lewis with skills. Be hard pressed. Would they do it once from 3 matches? Possibly. But 2 out of 3, that's why I always say I got to still go with Lennox Lewis. And your boy Hasim Rahman agrees. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.